Live from Midtown Atlanta, this is CBS 46 News at 5.
We continue to follow breaking news in South Fulton County. This is in Fairburn, where we've been keeping an eye on a school bus accident involving a bus from Creekside High School. That bus and another vehicle collided. We're not very clear on the injuries at this point. You do see emergency workers out there, first responders out there. There's a little Volkswagen on the side. We believe that may be the vehicle that collided with the school bus. Again, not really clear on word about injuries to the students that were on the bus at the time. Of course, that bus coming from Creekside High School, ready to take those students home. But you do see that other vehicle, so there could be a number of injuries in this incident. We are continuing to check on things, and you can head to our website, CBS46.com, for details while we follow other stories. Now, we're not sure if the weather today may have been a factor in that accident or not.
Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Markina Brown. So, Markina, we're talking about the rain that has stopped for now, but there's more coming overnight, right?
Yeah, overnight into tomorrow, we'll get into more scattered showers, maybe some isolated storms. But really, the bulk of the showers are well to the south of us, and I think that's where they'll stay for the rest of the evening. Now, with the clouds, like what we see outside right now, it's hard to rule out maybe some sprinkles here or there because the clouds are so extensive. So you could see some sprinkles as we go throughout the course of the evening. But for the most part, the rain is over at least until late tonight into tomorrow. Our exclusive WeatherBug network is taking us to Stone Mountain, where that's what I'm talking about, those extensive clouds, and they have 55 degrees. In Roswell, look at that, very cloudy, but they are dry for now. Same story in the city of Atlanta. Looks kind of gruesome out there with the gray, ominous clouds, but for now we are dry and cool, actually below average temperature-wise. So in Atlanta right now, we're in the upper 50s. Athens is at 59, and the folks in Lawrenceville, you're at 59 degrees as well. The other part of the story, mainly earlier today, was the winds. They were gusting up to 15 and 20 miles an hour, and you can see that there from Atlanta to Stockbridge to the Lovett School in Atlanta to Tucker. Peak wind gusts have been reported up to 21 miles an hour in some of those places. So as we talk about what you should look out for throughout the course of the evening, again, the bulk of the rain will stay well to the south of the Atlanta metro. We're going to keep the somewhat cooler temperatures and the slight breezes around. But again, more rain is coming our way. I will track the next batch for you hour by hour coming up in just a little bit. Back to you.
Markina, thank you. We continue to learn new details this afternoon about the Atlanta Public Schools choice for the new superintendent. The president of one of the city's largest teachers unions says the public should have had a lot more input on that candidate. CBS 46's Mike Paluska is live at a reception for APS teachers and staff. Mike, what have you learned today?
Well, Tracy, right now the reception is going on for all intensive purposes. This is the first over the next 14 days. There will be a lot more. She's inside meeting with teachers and staff, and we are told that she is going to try to let people know exactly what she stands for here in APS. Now, earlier today, we did speak to the president of the teachers union, who did tell us that she does feel that there was a lack of transparency in how the new superintendent was chosen. The superintendent comes from the Austin School District. Her name is Maria Karstoffen, and the announcement was made yesterday to a lot of fanfare. A short time ago, as we mentioned, we spoke to Verdalia Turner. She is the president of the Atlanta Federation of Teachers. Back in December, Turner says that she quit the search committee for the new APS superintendent. She felt that they really weren't giving the public enough of an input about who the new superintendent could be. She also believed that the board didn't give them enough information to pick the new leader, even with the questionnaire that they had handed out a couple of months ago. She described the board meetings in the questionnaire as a dog and pony show for the public.
I would have liked to have seen more finalists and for there to be another interview process for such as ministers being invited, community groups and NPUs being invited, teacher organizations, etc. And perhaps there'll be a scorecard. And with those finalists, then the community chooses.
And we talked to the school board chair, Courtney English, about this issue. He told us that they stand by their decision to have just one solo finalist, not go to a sort of debate forum where you have multiple finalists come in and you pick 4 and then the public interviews each of them at the same step. He says this is the best decision for the Atlanta Public School District and for the students as well. We're going to go in there and see if we can get more reaction from the board chairs and also members of that search committee. We're live at Atlanta Public Schools headquarters. Mike Paluska, CBS 46 News.
New details on the Florida A&M hazing death of Decatur native Robert Champion. Champion's former bandmate Jesse Baskins is now the first person to be sentenced to jail time for his role in Champion's death. Investigators say Champion was beaten during a hazing ritual on board a bus parked outside an Orlando hotel in 2011. Baskin will now spend 51 weeks in jail, serve 5 years probation and 300 hours of community service.
In a developing story, a Metro Atlanta father is outraged at the Gwinnett County School District after he says his son was viciously attacked and forced to undergo reconstructive facial surgery. The victim's father says the school district should have done more to prevent the fight, which happened at Parkview High School. CBS 46's Bernard Watson has our story.
Daniel Egan says his son suffered multiple facial fractures as well as a broken nose. Now, this all happened right across the street behind me at Parkview High School. Daniel Egan says that this wouldn't have happened had school officials done their job. We have to warn you, the video you're about to see is disturbing.
How could you let this happen to my child? How could you let this happen to my child?
Daniel Egan is angry and frustrated with the teachers and administrators at Parkview High School in Gwinnett County. And if you take a look at the video, you may understand why. His son David is the boy getting punched in the face.
My son was just like, I was sucker punched. I was sucker punched.
Take another look. The first blow staggers David. His attacker then pushes him into some lockers, and then the devastating blow then knocks him down.
He had fractures all over his cheek, bone fractures, which require a metal plate to reconstructively hold the bones back together. The whole base of his nose was broken to the side of his face. His eyes were completely swollen shut.
Daniel says his son did nothing wrong.
He said, Dad, he accused me of touching his sneakers or taking his sneakers. He said, I tried to talk to him. He said, Dad, I don't even know this kid.
This is David before he was attacked and after.
He's been through so much physical trauma, he's not thinking about it. He's just trying to cope with the pain.
The Gwinnett County School District says David's attacker is facing disciplinary action and has been charged criminally with battery. The district is also looking into who else may be responsible. But David says the district should look no farther than its teachers and administrators.
Where are the coaches? Why is it that in supposedly one of the best schools in the country, you can't supervise my child? Where were you? Where were you? That's what I want to know. No one was there for my son. He was 100% vulnerable. And then, they should have called as soon as they found him, they should have immediately called an EMT.
Daniel Egan says his son faces a long road to recovery, and he doesn't foresee enrolling him back here anytime soon. In Gwinnett County, Bernard Watson, CBS 46 News.
Don't touch the fire. That's the warning from former gang members, drug dealers, and law enforcement to Fulton County teenagers. Their message was part of a gang prevention conference geared toward Generation Y. The conference highlighted people who have suffered the legal and life-altering effects associated with being a gang member.
It's very important to reach our young people today, especially those who are adolescents, preteens, and teenagers. There's so much coming towards them, and making the right decisions is often very difficult.
More than 200 students participated in that event.
New developments today in the search for an 18-year-old Gwinnett County man who's been missing for 7 years. Investigators were digging in a remote area of the county looking for the body of Justin Gaines, but today they called off that search. CBS 46's Renee Starzik is live in Decula. So Renee, why did they call things off?
Well, sheriff's deputies are offering no details, but late this morning they did clear out of this wooded area. They started searching yesterday, hoping to find Justin's body or even some new clues about his disappearance. They had no luck.
They're satisfied that at this site, that until we have any more information, that we're finished at this site.
And with that, Gwinnett County Sheriff's deputies called off their search. They were digging in and around a well where a house once stood. Investigators were looking for the body of 18-year-old Justin Gaines. They tell us leads steered them to this remote area, but they offered no details.
I'm not able to provide any information on anything that was found or not found at this site. This is an open investigation that continues. We'll continue to follow any leads that we receive as a result of our investigation.
Surveillance video at Wild Bill's, a Duluth nightclub, shows Gaines the night he disappeared in November 2007. Witnesses say he had drinks with friends. Video shows him leaving in the wee hours of the morning. He was never seen again.
As time goes on, sometimes new leads develop or things change and people remember things and they'll talk about it.
Gwinnett County's cold case unit will continue working on the investigation along with sheriff's deputies. Justin's mother tells CBS 46 she's disappointed but says the family still hopes and prays they will get closure. Investigators too are determined. Gwinnett County Sheriff Butch Conway himself ran the excavator for hours in the latest search for Justin.
That is definitely an example of his dedication to working this case, absolutely.
As you can see, all that remains now is the police tape, but authorities have not been back throughout the day. Justin's mother, Erica Wilson, says despite the fact the search here turned up nothing and she is disappointed, she still has confidence in the sheriff's office and the private investigator the family has hired. In Erica Wilson's words, we are not going to fail our son. We are live in Decula. Renee Starzik, CBS 46 News.
Monday through Friday is enough. Getting caught in gridlock on the weekends is just too much. What you need to know so that you can avoid a major weekend construction project that's guaranteed to cause some major delays.
Why right now and right here in Atlanta may be the right time to find a job. What industry is hot, plus some advice for you spring job seekers.
And it may be dry in your neighborhood right now, but I'm tracking even more rain. Stick around, I'll take you through the forecast coming up.
We continue to follow this breaking news in South Fulton County in Fairburn, where Creekside High School school bus, you can see it there on your screen. These are live pictures. It was involved in an accident with another vehicle. Coming up in just a bit, we expect to hear from parents who were picking up their students from that bus and also students who were on the school bus to find out exactly what happened. CBS 46 News at 5 o'clock continues after this.